Okay, term 5, lesson 6. It's the second part of scales and measures. Pages 95 and 96 in the textbook. Okay, you'll remember task, you have a dial and 2 questions to answer. Press pause on the video and press play when you're ready to go. Okay, so if we look at this dial, we're going around clockwise, starting from 0, moving round, and our dial is somewhere between 60 and 70. Let's count the jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's an even number of jumps, so I can find the middle where the arrow is pointing. Halfway between 60 and 70 is 65. It's kilometres per hour. That's what this means, kilometres per hour. The second part of the question says the speed limit is 80 kilometres per hour. How many kilometres per hour slower than the speed limit is the car travelling? So we need to find the difference between 80 and 65. So we're going to do a subtraction. Write down the largest number first. So 80 subtract 65 equals 15 kilometres per hour slower than the speed limit. I'm just going to check though, if I've got 60 and 10 there is 70, and my 2 5s make 10, so 70 plus 10 is 80. I've just checked that I've done my subtraction correctly. Okay, so let's have a look here. We've got another dial here. This is on some scales to measure ingredients maybe. And we know we're in kilograms. We look and see kilograms. We're going from 0 to 1, but we don't know these gaps. This is what we've got to find out. How many jumps have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 gaps. So we could do 1 divided by 5, or we could convert these kilograms to grams. Now we know that there's 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. So we can do 1,000 divided by 5. 5 into 1 doesn't go, so put your 1 here next to the 0. So 5 into 10 goes 2, nothing left over. 5 into 0 is 0, 5 into 0 is 0. So that will give us 200 grams for each of the little jumps in between 0 and 1. Our arrow is pointing to the third one along, which if we counted 200, 400, 600, we know that the arrow is pointing to 600 grams. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 600 grams. Okay, if you do want to copy that down, just press pause and then press play. Okay, 2 questions here for you to have a go at, and then we'll go through the answers. Press play when you're ready. Okay, so this first one. What value is each arrow pointing to? Give your answer in centimetres. Our scale is measured in meters. So we think, right, we're going from 0 to 1 metre. So if we converted our meters to centimetres, we know that there's 100. So we could do 100 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to find out what our jumps are. So I've got it up here at the top. 100 divided by 5. So 5 into 1 doesn't go, so we put it next to the 0. 5 into 10 goes 2, and 5 into 0 is 0. So it's 20 centimetres each jump. So 20, 40 centimetres. So the answer to A is 40 centimetres. If we come along to B, we're in kilograms, but it says give your answer in grams. So if we just remember, we've got 1,000 grams in each kilogram. And how many jumps have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do 1,000 divided by 4. 4 into 1 doesn't go, so we put the 1 next to the 0. 4 into 10 goes 2 times, and there's 2 left over, because 4 times 2 is 8, 9, 10, 2 left over. 4 into 20 goes 5 times, and 4 into 0 doesn't go. So we're left with 250 grams each jump. 250, 500, 750, 1,000, which is the whole kilogram here. So we're pointing to our first jump along, which is 250 grams. But we didn't start at 0. So be careful with these scales. We started at 2 kilograms, which is 2,000 grams. So we've got 2,000 plus the 250. So we've got 2,250 grams. Okay, the next one, we've got kilometers, and we need to give our answer in meters. So there's 1,000 meters in each kilometer. So I've just written down here so that we can remember we're not starting at 0, we're starting at 2. So I've got 2,000 meters. 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps again. We've done 1,000 divided by 4. It doesn't matter that this was grams and kilograms, it's still 1,000 divided by 4 jumps. It's 250, but instead of grams, this is going to be meters. So we've got 250, 250, 250. So 3 lots of 250 is 750. Add to the 2,000, so we've got 2,750 meters. So D, give your answer in millimeters. We're in centimeters. We've got a whole centimeter from here to here. So this is like on your ruler. So if you just checked your ruler, this is actually 50 millimeters up to 60 millimeters. So just check our jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 jumps. So this is exactly like your ruler. This is, pretend we're in millimeters then. So that's 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58 millimeters. There we go. And question 12. What value is the arrow pointing to? Give your answer in milliliters. So we've got litres, 1 litre, milliliters. There's 1,000 milliliters in 1 litre. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This time we've got a gap of 5, not 4, so I can't use that one. So if I did 1,000 divided by 5, now if we went back to some previous slides, I think you should see or remember, if you look in your book, that would be 200. I'm just going to check. 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000. 1,000 milliliters in a litre. So our jumps are 200 milliliters. We've only jumped up 1, so our answer is going to be 200 milliliters. Oh, I've done the dividing there anyway. Okay. Any corrections you need to do, just press pause and then press play when you're ready to move on. Okay, so copy and complete. Okay, this is your task to do on your own. Press pause, copy them down, see if you can fill up the gaps, and then press play when you're ready to carry on. Okay, let's have a little look at the first one. Oh, where's your mouse? Up here. So we've got 8.6 centimetres. Remember, there's 10 millimetres in a centimetre, so we need to move these over one place. So 8.6 becomes 86 millimetres. Now we can break that down to show 80 and 6. So we've got 80 millimetres plus 6 millimetres. Now if I just look back here, that 8 is the whole lot of centimetres. So we're going to have 8 centimetres and a little bit here, 6 millimetres. So 1.5 metres, remember there's 100 centimetres to a metre. So we're going to move over 1, 2, 1, 2, fill up the gap with a 0, so it's 150 centimetres. So I can break that down to being the 100 centimetres and the 50 centimetres. We know that 100 centimetres equals 1 metre. It's showing here as 1 metre, and that's half a metre. So I can put 1 metre in here, and there's our half a metre is 50 centimetres. This time, kilometres and metres, there's 1,000 metres in a kilometre, so we're going to make this 3 times bigger, move over 1, 2, 3. You'll end up with 3,500. I think you should be quite good at multiplying by 10, 100 and 1,000 by now. Just do your lines if you want to check and move them over that many spaces, number of zeros. So if I check on here, we know that there's 1,000 metres in a kilometre. So here's my 1,000. Oh, that's going to come in here. I've jumped ahead a little bit. Let's just split this number up. 3,000 metres and 500 metres. Come in here. We know that the 1,000 part is the kilometres. So there's 3 whole kilometres and our 500 metres. Now we come to the next one. This time we've got metres and centimetres. So we're going to move over 2 places because there's 100 centimetres and a metre. That will give you your 240 centimetres. They've shown 41, so we need to put 200 in this box. We know that there's 100 centimetres and a metre. We've got 200 centimetres, so that's going to be 2 metres and 41 centimetres. So this time we've got 1,000. So we've moved over, we've made 4,700. It's showing our 700 here, so we need 4,000 here. 4,000 plus 700 is 4,700. There's 1,000 millilitres in a litre. So this 4,000 millilitres are the 4 litres we've got here. That will go here. And we've got our 700 millilitres left. It's broken it down into the easy stages for you. Okay, this time we've got 9.3 centimetres. So this is going to be our centimetres. Does it come down in one go? Okay, I've just shown multiplying it by 10 is 93 millimetres. Well, the 90 is our 9 centimetres, and it will leave us with 3 millilitres. Sorry, millimetres, not millilitres. Okay, G, we've got 10 kilograms, so we know that's going to go in here. We need to know the value of the 8 here. If we multiply by 1,000, can I show it here? Oh, that's going back to that one. Still that one. Okay, if we multiply by 1,000 grams in a kilogram, we've got 10,800. So we know the 10 is the kilograms, the 800 is the grams. Meters and centimeters, there's 100. Woo, jumped on ahead of me there. Okay, so multiply that by 100 to show how many centimeters. We know that the 20 is the meters, so the 60 is going to be the centimeters. Okay, and litres to millilitres, we know there's going to be 7 litres. You just need to work out what that 0.3 is. It's a little bit like over here. It's going to be, because there's 1,000 millilitres in 1 litre, that's going to be the 300. Okay, so there's 7.3 times 1,000. We know that the 7 is the litres, and there's 300 millilitres as well. I felt as though that was a little bit rushed. Just email me if you're having trouble with that one, and I can go over a few more with you. Okay, so here they are, just all written down clearly. If you want to mark your work, press pause while you're doing so, make any corrections, and then press play. Okay, key point. When you use a calculator to solve problems involving measures, make sure you understand the result that shows on the calculator display. So, for example, the result of 9.5 can mean different things. If you're doing money, we use pounds, and it's £9.50p. So you would have to show it as with a 0 on the end of the 5 to show it as 50p. For times in minutes, and that one's a tricky one because that would be 9.5 minutes, and it's half a minute, and half a minute is 30 seconds. So that answer means 9 minutes, 30 seconds. Now, if it was for something like length in meters, it's 9.5 meters, which could also mean 9 meters, 50 centimeters, because it's half a meter. So just be clear what units of measure you're using when you're reading a calculator result. So have a little go at this one on your own. Andy works out the answer in meters to a problem. The calculator display shows 12.4. Which of these statements are correct? So you've got 4 choices. I've got 2 little boxes on here, so it might be a clue that you're looking for 2 answers. Okay, so if we look at 12.4 and we're in meters, so 12.4 times 100 is 1,240 centimeters. So that would equal 12 meters, because the 100 part is the whole meters and what's left is the centimeters. So it's actually 12 meters and 40 centimeters. And it showed 12.4, no units, but we know it is in meters. So 12 meters, 4 centimeters, no. 12.4 meters, yes, it's shown the units. 12.4 is still an accurate measurement as long as you've put the units here. 12 meters, 400 centimeters. Well, no, that's not right, because 400 centimeters is actually 4 meters. The answer of 12 meters, 40 centimeters, that's what we've just shown here. So that one is correct as well, B and D. Okay. So you should have 2 answers there. Right, this question, or 3 questions, try these on your own. You can use a calculator for these, okay? So we'll be pretty quick going through the answers on this one. Press pause, have a go at these, and then press play when you're ready to go through the answers. Right, okay. So 7.5 times 11. Oh, they're all coming down. Okay, so I'll just quickly talk through them. You've got 7.5 times 11, so that shows that 82.5 centimetres, which is 82 centimetres. Half of a centimetre is 5 millimetres. There's 10 millimetres to 1 centimetre, so half of 10 is 5. Okay. Number 17 will probably drop down in a minute as well. Okay, 3.04 times 8 will give you 24.32. Remember, it's in meters. So we've got 24 meters and 32 centimeters. One 1.7 times 3 is 5.1. Remember, there's 1,000 grams to a kilogram, so this is going to be 5 kilograms and 100 grams. 2.61 litres times 4 will give you 10.44 litres. So on your calculator, you will only see 10.44. Oh, here we go. Here's number 17. Here we go. You've just got to remember it's litres that you've multiplied, so the answer is litres. Remember, there's 1,000, 1, 2, 3 places, so there'd be a 0 there. So the 10 litres and 440 millilitres. So question 16 is 0.45 litres times 12. On your calculator, you would see 5.7. Remember, they're litres. So 5.7 times 1,000. The 5 part is the litres. The 700 is the millilitres. 4.5 times 7 will give you 31.5 on your calculator. That's 31.5 meters. There's 100 centimeters to each meter, so if I convert that to centimeters, I multiply by 100, so that's moving 2 places, 1, 2. I've missed a 0 out there, I think. 1, 2. Oh no, that's right, 3150 centimeters. Does it say give it answer in centimeters? What length of tape do you get in one pack? Give your answer in meters and centimeters. So it's going to be 31 meters and 50 centimeters. Okay, didn't finish that one off. When this is coming, let me see. Oh, here it comes. There we go. 31 meters and 50 centimeters. Okay, make any corrections. Pressing pause while you do so. Press play when you're ready for the final slide. Right, okay, let's see. Oh, this is just showing the answers just as answers. Might be a little bit clearer for you. Okay, so your final slide, which is a challenge question. So draw a speedometer with arrows on it to show 40 mph's miles per hour, and B 58 miles per hour, and C 35 miles per hour. If you can just find an egg cup or something smallish that you can draw around for a circle, that would be excellent. Otherwise, just try very carefully to draw freehand dials. Press pause, press play when you're ready to see the answers. Right, okay, let's have a little look what your speedometers should look like. Okay, so here we're going 0 round to 100 in a clockwise direction. So 40, you would point exactly on the 40. 58, if you've got 10 little gaps, you would count to 8. If you've got a different number of gaps, just try and make sure that it does work out that you're pointing to the 8 value. And 35, you should have an arrow pointing exactly halfway between your 30 and 40. It's gone past 30, but hasn't yet got to 40. Okay? Any problems with any of these, just email me and I'll try and sort them out for you. Once again, thank you for watching and listening.